Hello, my loves. Welcome into this Taurus solar season reading for those who have Neptune in Taurus. If you haven't already watched the introduction to these readings and you want to learn more about what we're doing here, they're linked in the description and popping up on YouTube. So the planets in the astrological story represent what, and the sign that they're in represent how that what expresses. So the what of Neptune is your connection to Source. So your connection to Source expresses itself through the Taurus archetype, through this fixed earth, this unyielding physicality. So you may find that your connection to Source is very determined, earthy, loyal, domestic, meaning focused in the home, and dependable. So it may be that you feel more connected to Source in your home rather than going to a place of worship. You may find that you feel very connected to Source when you're out in nature, that's you feel more connected to the universe, all there is, whatever you use for the term that of what it is that holds all of us. You may feel more connected to that energy when you're out in the natural world and environment. And you may feel very, like, you may be someone who prays regularly, has a regular devotion and routine that involves a connection to Source. And you may not, but this is something for you to explore this solar phase as we focus on the Taurus energies. We're really inviting you to focus on this area of your life. Focus on your connection to Source. Let's find out from the Faery Oracle how you can embody this earthy energy through your connection to Source. If you haven't already, closed your eyes, taken a few deep breaths, opened your heart to receive the guidance most aligned for you at this time. You can do that now. You can invite in any beings that you want to be here with you. I just ask that they be here in unconditional love and then in alignment with your highest good and the highest good of all. Pause the video if you need more time. Okay. So the first time I got this card, I did not even know what this word was. I had to look it up. It's number 12, so you may see the number 12 to affirm this message for you. The card says Gossamer's Princess. It's about communication, relationship, work to be done. So we have this image here of a fairy sitting on a spider web that's dwindling. It's gossamer thin. Thin is where the word gossamer comes from, and it relates to being as thin as a spider's web. And so she's looking at this thread and she's determining whether it's worth the effort that it's going to take to reweave this part of the web, or whether it's time for her to make another connection to something else and move the web in a different direction. And this particularly relates to relationships. So this is very, very interesting. I would say that this is inviting you into look at your relationship to Source as this thinning web line, and to ask yourself whether you find it valuable to reweave this connection, to put effort and time into restoring this connection, or whether it's aligned for you to go another direction. And the other direction isn't, okay, I'm just not going to connect with Source. But it may be a different way of connecting with Source. It may be a different source that you're connecting to. Like maybe you're switching religions. Maybe you're switching spiritual belief systems. Like maybe something that has worked for you in the past has kind of phased out and you're looking for a new connection, relationship to Source. This is the time for you to focus on that, because the sun is highlighting the Taurus energy, which is where Neptune is in your life. So the sun is highlighting your Neptune alignment with this energy and spotlight. So your connection to Source is under review. And this is what she's doing. She's sitting here reviewing. Is it worth the time that I need to take to really truly commit to this connection to Source that I've had? Or is it time for me to weave a different way? Is it time for me to create a different connection, create a different way, connect to a different source, perhaps? This is what you're determining. This is what you're ruminating on. This is what you're allowing yourself to be guided to. I'm seeing the butterflies and just being invited to share with you that you may be thinking about something, and a butterfly may show up as an affirmation for you that yes, that is aligned, whatever you just thought of. So that's for some of you. Let me know if that butterfly magic comes to you. I don't really have more to share. This is the shortest video that I've done all day. It's beautiful though. Your connection to source is really important, my beautiful Neptune in Taurus. And it's time for you to have like an earthy connection to it, meaning it's time for you to have a physical activity that supports you in connecting to source, whether what you have has been working for you and you need to redouble your efforts and restring that line that is existing, or whether it's time for you to kind of move and shift and string a whole different connection point for source. It is important for you to have a physical way, a physical method, a physical practice to connect to source. Like things that are physical are like incense. Sometimes it might be something as simple as lighting incense and allowing the aroma of the incense to transport you to a spiritual place, to transport you to a place of communicating with spirit. It could be sound oriented. You might want to use sound medicine or certain hertz frequencies. You may want to have a place in your home, a physical altar in your home, something like this in front of me, where you go to every day to connect to your source. You might want to create that physical space. These are examples of physical manifestations, physical objects, physical ways of interacting with source that you can consider bringing into your life, whether it's connecting with the same source that you've always connected to, or whether you're shifting your relationship with source. And there's another link, connection, potential that you want to explore. I'm definitely feeling inspired to emphasize the altar aspect of connecting to source. I have this one here that's for my readings, but I also have my own personal one right over here that has 3 different aspects of it. It has me as an inner child, it has me as my physical embodiment right now, and it has the spiritual energies that I work with, and it has pictures of all these things, and it really helps support me in connecting to source and spirit. I just feel so supported because it's here. And I mention that because this is your Taurus placement, and Taurus is about domestic energy, about things in the home. So it feels like having a physical space in your home to devote to is really important. And if you already have an altar, but you haven't paid attention to it, it's time to restring that connection and clear it up, move some things around, add some things, and spend more time with it. Really devote to it this solar phase. Let me know how this resonates. Let me know if you have questions. And as always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.